Hello, babe. How are you? Guys, what is up? It's a beautiful day. I hope that you guys are all having a wonderful day. I know I've been gone for just a little bit of time, but I'm back again with more content. So guys, of course, you know the drill by now. My name is Aisha C. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the A-Team. If you are new, I am just mind blown. Still, I really am. And I always thank you guys so much for all of the continued support. You guys are so awesome to me, and not one day goes by that it goes unnoticed. And I want you guys to know that. And that's why I take so much pride in responding to all of you guys' comments to the best of my ability, because I'm just so thankful and I always want to interact with you guys. So before we get into the video, I want you to, of course, follow me on Instagram, which will be right here. And I also want you to subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and do not forget to turn on your post notifications so that you're notified every single time that I post. And let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the video. So today's video, as you can see from the title, is self-love. Now, I want to point out that all of the tips that I have included on this channel, all of the advice that I have given on this channel, not one thing matters until you have self-love. Not one thing. I don't believe that you can successfully implement any of these tips or any of the advice that I give you guys until you have this, which is self-love. So let's jump right into tip number one. For me, my number one thing is having a spiritual base. So for me, I'm a Christian, so my spiritual base, God, Jesus, that's whom I believe in. And I believe that my identity is sourced in God, and that's my belief. If you are someone that is not religious and you have more of a spiritual approach with whatever that may be or however that may be, it's very important to have that grounding, because based upon things that I've read, it's almost, innate in human nature that we sort of crave some sort of belief system, some sort of faith system, if you will, which motivates us positively, or is there for us in times of need, or just gives us a certain standard to live by. So it's very natural for you to have, a belief in something. And for me, and what I choose to believe in God and Jesus, and I choose to practice a Christian faith. Tip number two is identifying your what, how, and why. What do I want? What do I desire? How can I get that? What can I do to get that? What do I need to make me love myself more? Do I need to eat healthy? Do I need to work out more? Do I need to go to bed earlier so that I can wake up earlier so I can have a more productive day? Do I need to go to bed earlier so that I can wake up and have some breakfast, make a healthy breakfast? Like, whatever it is, figure that out. Ask yourself these questions. What can I do to improve my life? Reading, watching different motivational YouTube videos, listening to motivational podcasts. How can I be proactive in the pursuit of success and happiness for my life, right? I find that so many of us have these wants, desires, if you will, and, aspirations. But many of the times when we look back at what we're doing, or if we look presently at what we're doing absolutely nothing to get there. It makes no sense to me. How can what you want be so separate from where you are right now that, that you're not being proactive in that pursuit? And of course, I'm speaking for the people that, are in their 20s, that, have gone to college and all that stuff, and your life is beginning right now. It's different from being, 18 and aspiring to be, a doctor. You still have a ways to go to implement that. You have to get through high school, first. But If you are someone that's in your 20s and, you're ready to start life now, what are you doing to be proactive in your life to get you to where you need to be? What are you doing every day that makes you one step closer to achieving this goal, right? I define self-love as soul searching and becoming whole. So in identifying this, another question you can ask yourself is, what is my passion? What sets my soul on fire? What sparks joy inside of me? And when you have the answer to these questions, or you think you have the answer to these questions, write them down. There's something really special about the simplicity of a pen to paper. There's something so significant in that. And in fact, studies do show that you have a 20% chance of actually doing what you say you're going to do when you write it down, as opposed to maybe writing it in your phone or anything like that. And of course, like I always say as a disclaimer, there are always exceptions to the rule. Some people function very well by simply utilizing their phone. Some people function well by only writing things down. And then some people can do both. So keep that in mind. But statistics do show, or studies, I should say, do claim that writing things down physically makes you more prone to actually doing what you wrote down. It's important to identify all of these things, ask yourself all of these questions, and write them down. Write them down so that you can always reflect on them. If your mind changes, you can see how you were thinking before. Answering these questions are very thought-provoking, and that's the point, because I want to get you to think so that you can find the answers to these things and be very specific and intentional in them and work through them. Tip number 3, embrace being alone. I always tell people that you will spend more time with someone than you are without, especially if you are someone that aspires to get married, like myself included. So enjoy your time alone. Take advantage of the fact that you are single, you are young, you have your youth on your side. So it's not to say, I'm young, I'm just going to do any and everything. What it means is I'm taking advantage of the fact that I'm young by exploring my options, learning about myself, discovering my desires, discovering what I like, what I dislike. All of these things matter. You want to become the most whole you can possibly become. Become whole, period. So that you are so fulfilled in life that the only thing that's missing then is love. And that's what I tell myself. That's what I aspire to have. I want to be so whole and happy with myself that the only thing that I'm missing is love from, another partner. And then that way, I know that I'm ready. When the only thing missing is just the love component. That to me is what I define as me being ready to actually settle down in a relationship. So in my alone time, I'm taking time to date. And aside from dating, I'm taking time to discover myself, love myself, figure out who I am, inside and out, leveling up. All of these things matter. And keep in mind, people can sense desperation and brokenness in people. And that's why sometimes you tend to manifest the wrong people around you, because you're in a place where you think you're ready to receive love, but you're not healed. You still have pieces of yourself that need to be sorted out. And you don't want to deal with that. It's just easier and better for someone to love you the way that you think you should, instead of doing that for yourself first and then being an asset to somebody else. Because I was even telling one of my friends this. If you don't figure out who you are, you don't find your voice, you're not adding value to yourself, you're going to believe everything that everyone ever tells you about yourself because you don't know yourself. You know, until you figure out exactly who you are, everything everyone says could possibly define you. Because you don't even know if that's true or not about yourself all the time, right? So with that being said, we're going to head right over into tip number 4, which is heal yourself. This is a crucial part of self-love. Heal yourself. Emotional baggage, insecurities, childhood traumas, depression, anxiety, all of these things, face them and heal yourself the best way that you can. Pray about it. But faith without works is dead. So pray, be proactive in it. If you have to speak to a therapist, speak to a therapist. There's absolutely nothing wrong with sharing your thoughts and hearing an outsider's perspective, a professional at that, and working out healthy ways on how to deal with those issues, overcome those issues, and not allow them to manifest in other ways in your life. A lot of the times, many people always think, oh, I got it, I'll figure it out, or they just stay in their own heads and they're not proactive in trying to heal because they think, okay, just more time. Okay, time does heal things, but if you don't deal with it and you ignore it and you allow time to pass, that's not really healing, right? That's more of a Band-Aid. That's not a cure. So we have to face our problems. We have to face the fact and accept the fact, hey, you know what? I'd love to, see a therapist. It doesn't mean that you're crazy. It actually means that you're healthy and you want to seek a professional's help to help you deal with situations in a healthy way. That's all it is. You cannot have a healthy relationship with yourself until you heal yourself. You cannot have a healthy relationship with anyone else until you heal yourself. And this is so important. And this made me think about and reflect on, let's say, even the last situation that I was in. When I stepped into that, I was not in the best place mentally. I had a lot going on. And, one of my subscribers, pointed out to me, which was so obvious. She said, you should never get into a relationship when you are not in a good space, because what good could possibly come from that? Yes, a person may help you, but you have so much going on that you need to sort out in yourself first, that having someone else enter into that world and with all that they come with, whatever that may be, and colliding it with yours can consume you or just add to whatever it is that you're bringing to the table. And it's just a big masquerade. And I mean that like literally masks of never dealing with your issues, and the potential of course, it manifesting in other areas of your life. Heal yourself. Heal yourself. And lastly, tip number 5, do something every day towards your goal. In this particular case, self-love, which is, okay, what do I need to work on about myself? What can I do to have a better day? What can I do to be more proactive, et cetera, et cetera. And as I've mentioned before, there's so much magic in writing things down. Don't skip that process. Don't skip that step of writing down what you want to do. A lot of success stories, everyone has a similar story of, I had a vision board and I would look at it every day, and before I knew it, I did most of the things that were on my vision board. Or I woke up and I wrote down 5 things that I was grateful for every day, and these things came to me. I noticed that there's a similar story with every successful person, that they've sort of had this, law of attraction belief, and they were proactive in doing something every day, whether that was writing down what they were grateful for, practicing positive affirmations, praying, about what it is that they want faithfully and consistently. They all have this story that helps shift the narrative and take them to the next level. And I think it's so important that we are gentle with ourselves, because myself included, I tend to be hard on myself. We are our worst critics. And it's not easy, especially when you're someone that, is a perfectionist. But these tips are so important, because when you feel good, you do good. When you know better, you do better. And with all of that in self-discovery, it's a fun journey. I am having the time of my life right now, because I've never felt so connected ever in life. I feel so connected to God, to myself. I feel so powerful. I know my value. I know that I will not repeat certain mistakes ever in life again, because I know who I am in Christ. I know who I am for myself. I know. And it's not going to take 3 seconds to just get over it and heal yourself. Be realistic. And in this case, this is where our youth benefits us, because we have time, especially when you're being proactive in it. The faster you do this, then the faster you're able to heal and manifest and position yourself for all of the greatness in your life that's to come. When you're confident, it adds value to yourself. This is all a part of the level up, by the way, right? It takes dedication and work and perseverance to get to a certain level. And that's why so few get there, go there, because it's one of those roads that are less traveled. That's what separates hardworking people and successful people from other people, because they were willing to do what some people weren't. They were willing to put in the dedication to become a better person, a successful person. They were willing to do the work. And that is so much more attractive. That makes you even more attractive. Instead of craving stability and being unstable, I think it's very important to be stable yourself and, of course, crave stability or desire stability. It's a normal thing for women, obviously, to, want stability. But you cannot be a mess and expect this to just fall in your lap. It doesn't work like that, babe. Have your own interests and hobbies. Become obsessed with self-improvement, self-discovery. It is so fun. I literally feel like I'm dating myself, and I'm very fun. I'm just saying. So discover yourself. Who are you? You know what I mean? It's just, I'm absolutely in love with the process. 100% in love with the process. And I know for a fact that because this is the route that I'm on, this is the path that I'm on, that I am attracting greatness to me. And I'm manifesting that subconsciously even, because I'm carrying myself in a different light. My aura is different. Some people could just look at you and say, I don't know what it is, but something about you is just different. Yeah. It's called self-love, right? And the word is so overused that it almost loses its definition, or we just kind of don't even really know what it means. All of these tips that I share with you guys are a part of implementing self-love. So that is the end of the video, guys. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed it. If you guys have any suggestions of anything else that you guys would like me to do a video on, please let me know in the comment section below. And of course, do not forget to follow me on Instagram, subscribe to this channel, and turn on your post notifications so that you're notified every single time that I post. And do not forget, of course, my angels, that I love you and God loves you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah.